Hello and welcome. I felt drawn to pull some cards from the Dungeons and Dragons set of cards again. I'm going to pull 3 cards for current energies. And while I'm pulling from the current energies right now, the messages in this reading are timeless, in that you will hear this message when you are meant to hear that. I am a firm believer in everything being connected and things not being linear. So while it may be hard to understand using a linear idea of time, if we break it down, we actually see that we always circle back again and again and move forward and come back. And that's what allows things in the past to have just as much meaning in the present, and sometimes even more in the future. So today I'm pulling 3 cards as we come up to the new moon next week on Monday. Okay, to start off with, I am feeling this other card wants to come over as well. Oh, wonderful. So to start off with, we have the Hierophant. My apologies if my pronunciation isn't 100% yet. The Hierophant, that is traditionally 5 in tarot. And we do see the 5 birds there. And this card is about having a strong sense of self. A strong sense of self that's built out of peace, out of faith. Faith in ourselves, and faith in the universe surrounding us. I'm really drawn towards that red, which makes me think of the root chakra, and I'm also feeling that connection, pulling that connection here. And when we have that deep root system, I feel like that is what opens us up to this greater guidance. I am even called to say that it opens us up to the heavens. So the Hierophant, I'm feeling the strength and grounding that is able to ignite you and open you. Actually, I want to say open, because maybe it has the potential to ignite because you are open and feeling balanced and strong. I see her eyes looking up as well. But again, she is firmly established her roots, her grounding. She feels very stable, while she's feeling very stable and grounded, while also feeling very light. So let's see the next one. The next one, we have the 9 of Charisma. And I like this again because I am seeing another feminine character at the forefront, and she is guiding the ship. And now we have the 9, which to me is about sending what we've accumulated, or the knowledge. It's about allowing cycles to end or I'm feeling drawn to say adventures to end so that you can start a new one. And I see here they are enjoying the benefits of their last adventures, or even just enjoying this pause between, I'm getting that more of that. Enjoying this pause before the next adventure and enjoying the things you've learned, and actually, the joy that comes from when you don't have to go out there and get everything done. It's okay to take a break and enjoy yourself. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling this brightness here. I'm feeling let yourself cultivate that as we head into this next adventure. And next up, we have the Hanged Man. That is generally 12 in tarot. When in 12 we have a 1 and a 2, a 1 new beginnings and 2 is cooperation. And together they make 3, which to me means being open to receive. So with that hangman, I really feel how we're letting what doesn't serve us fall away. I'm seeing a cleanse. And this is a sword in the ground, but I am also feeling, I want to say Christ-like, but that doesn't need to be a place of any sort of religion. It's more this idea of love and faith. And I'm also seeing how the mountains and the roots, I'm feeling a strong sense of renewal. And with this aspect of, it's kind of like mirroring, I almost want to say like the physical world and the metaphysical world. I feel like it can also be the past and the present. And it feels like I'm feeling the cleanse. And a feeling of it's okay to let go. I'm feeling now I'm also feeling that if that past is dragging you down, you'll be able to keep those lessons, but you don't have to hold on to the physical burden. And I think that works out well for this card that wanted to show itself. It is the Death card, which is actually a super positive card, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of readers' opinions. The Death card is generally 13 in tarot. So we have 1, new beginnings, faith. I also feel it as a strong, independent number. And then 3, I feel like that's an open to receive, creativity, magic. And together with the Death card, making the 4, that is what empowers us to have a strong foundation. That new beginning and having faith and being open to receive. So that new beginning actually comes from holding on to less. We need to let things fade away. Fade away. Let them move on if they're not meant to stick around any longer in your life. Those habits that keep coming back, keep turning in a new direction if it's bringing you places you don't want to go. That's what allows for that renewal. That's what gives you that new beginning. That's what leaves you open to fresh new energy coming in. And I love that because I really feel it does connect to the new moon that's coming up, which is a time of going into ourselves and renewal and planning those healthy intentions and really caring for ourselves so we can blossom in a bigger and brighter way if that's what we're meant for. Now, before we end the reading, I did want to take a look in the book that comes with these cards to see if there's any other messages that want to come out, because there is a brief write-up for each card. And they're all so lovely. All right, so for the first card that we pulled, the Hierophant, it says, using spiritual understanding and wisdom to perceive the world. So I like how that connects to the openness that we're feeling here. And I feel like that also connects to the new moon, because the new moon is about listening to yourself. So that's what's probably coming up in this time, in these coming days for you, whether you're listening to this on my published date or you're listening in the future. It seems like a time to go into yourself so that you can hear what any messengers, what any synchronicities, what your own intuition is trying to tell you. The next card is the Nine of Charisma. And that says, the capability to come out of survival mode and enjoy the abundance and self-sufficiency that we do have. Appreciate the good. So that's really telling me that this old chapter is ending for a lot of us, and that we have a lot to celebrate, especially in terms of a new set of tools, of valuing the set of tools we have learned in all of our prior adventures. Then we have the Hanged Man, which is traditionally 12 again in tarot. The necessity to look at something from a different perspective. So I was talking a lot about letting things fall away that are no longer serving you, and using what's the necessity to look at something from a different perspective. I'm feeling especially how that applies to the new moon, is allow yourself to have a fresh outlook. Again, like there may have been things in the past that maybe clouded your view. Maybe you were, I want to say, swimming in delusion. I think now in this new chapter, in this next adventure, it's going to be really important to not hold on to the same stories and narratives that we used to survive the last chapter. I think it's time to, this to me is saying, let yourself see it in a fresh perspective that's more authentic from your true direction, not from somebody else's stories. I'm feeling called to say, let yourself see it from a healthier perspective. Let yourself take the good from each new challenge that's ahead of you, instead of reverting back to anything that was dragging you down or pulling you under. You have the faith and power to lift yourself up now, to lift yourself out. And finally, the next card, the Death card, which is 13 and comes right after the Hanged Man. The transformation from one perceptual reality to another, and the ending of habitual patterns. Well, that is exactly why that card wanted to come out, because I feel like it summed up what we were seeing and feeling here perfectly. You have the power and you have the love and faith in yourself to set yourself free. This new beginning isn't a death sentence. It's an opportunity to liberate. Thank you so much for joining me today again. I love this set of cards. I'm so excited to keep learning more about them and enjoy the messages that come out. And thank you so much. I do truly love you all. Life can be challenging, so any opportunity you have to be kind, I strongly encourage you to do it. Thank you so much, and I'll be talking to you again soon.